Hey, welcome once again to Rebel Live. And I've been thinking about something today with my lighting and uh, my mute on my phone. What I found out was the huge difference in the volume between the speaker and the headset has been causing me fits. And I think I got it figured out now. And I know that if you've been doing anything like this type of thing for any length of time, that you come across these weird little glitches. It's almost constant. There's always something. Anyway, I got this really wild light, and it's got like 5 different uh, arms on it for the bulbs, and they face in all different directions. But the weird thing is, it's not sturdy. It's kind of a junky lamp, but man, does it work good for the lighting. Because like most people, I have light coming heavy from this side over here and nothing over here, and so this one kind of lights up the whole area and makes it so everything's lit up pretty good. That's a side note for today. Anyway, the topic today is use current events to drive your message, and of course everyone on earth is talking about the presidential election in the US, and I've come to the conclusion, I mentioned this on Snapchat yesterday, that I just don't understand where some people are coming from. I've heard all these reports of all these bad things happening to people, and oh, it's this supporter or that supporter, it did that, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if you know how all this stuff works and you have a little bit of thinking ahead, for instance, if you put a Trump sign with a swastika on it, then you know it's going to create a certain type of reaction. Well, if you're against him, wouldn't you be the guy that put that up to say this is what you get when when this guy gets elected? And is it that hard to see? And sure enough, I'm going through my Facebook news feed, which is not the most positive thing. And I see where someone admitted to exactly that. They claimed that they had gotten mugged or beaten up or whatever. And so they're using this to create a story that pushes people in their direction. So this is what I'm saying. If you can use that, and you certainly can, it's one of the best ways that you can use things for yourself is current events, because everything about that people are going to be looking at, and you can latch on to that ship and have it drag your train wherever you want it to go. So think about this when you're doing your marketing or your sharing. What are people talking about? And it doesn't even matter what it is. Say it's the oil pipeline that everyone was up in arms about a while back, and I assume so many people still are. They're building it, it's going to pump oil. They're never going to stop something like that, but it's fun kind of to watch them protest. So someone's protesting this thing about the oil, and now they're protesting this presidential election. So how can you segue protesting into what you're doing? Or maybe it's the topic itself. How does a pipeline stop, or how does the protest segue into what you're doing? So if someone's protesting a pipeline, and you can say, well, it's kind of crazy because all of the people that are protesting the pipeline drive cars, and the pipeline carries oil that they need to drive their car. So they're kind of fighting against themselves. It's almost as if you're, like, say you're an internet marketer and you want to sell things online, and yet you have a problem with people actually getting paid for what they do online. That's not going to work out that well. It's much like the pipeline people. If they stop the pipeline and there is no fuel, then they can no longer drive their cars. And if you convince everybody that buying things from people online is bad, then you're not going to do very well with selling things to people online after that. So you see, you can make a metaphor and a segue, a connection between anything you want. And when you're using connections, one of the best and most powerful things you can use are current events. Because no matter what, it's a constant flow of brand new ideas, brand new ways to segue into your message, and it's fed to you every day, all around by your friends in the media. They just throw this stuff out there for you to use, and grab a hold of it, figure out how you can segue into your message, and you'll reach a lot more people. I'm Rebel. This is Rocket Mobile, and you can find me also at the Adventures of Rocket and Rebel on Facebook. I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to have some more marketing type things coming up in the future. I'm working on some stuff where I'm going to put out some things that you can actually use business-wise, straight up business, not just the talking about the thinking about it, philosophy and so on. So look forward to that. I'm glad y'all stopped by. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. I am Rebel, and I'm out.